DODOOOSH! How's it, everybody? Epic day today because we're back in action and we're here at High Fish Gear headquarters to reinvigorate my fishing lifestyle and ability. It's been, as some of you know very well, a long time since I posted anything. I've been living on Oahu for 2 years now. Went back to school, recently graduated with my Master's of Environmental Management and just started a PhD. But had that itch for a good 2 years at this point, wanted to actually properly fish here and there last 2 years. Big issue with that was my Ranger, the Shockomobile, was broken into about a year ago and somebody snagalized all my tackle, which was a tragedy. And I let that kind of just push me onto the backside of fishing. But today, super lucked out because Brada Bill and the High Fish Gear crew are gonna hook it up and get me back to the fishing lifestyle. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, bro?
DODOOOSH.
So, starting all over again?
Yeah.
All right.
Back to life.
Back to life. I think we had a little conversation about what you need today.
Heck
and
yeah.
I got some ideas for you, including a brand new dunking package that we're putting together. So, kind of wanted to show you that.
Let's do it, dude.
All
yeah,
right.
I'm back at ground zero. Basically, ever since the whole Shockomobile break-in episode, but
we need to get you.
Well, we're back coming alive again. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't sell one of those too. A couple new locks would be great too.
All right, well, it turns out I made a video a while back about a beginning to Hawaii dunking setup, and that video just kind of, not really like viral, but it's been our best performing video. And I'm actually getting ready to put together a new package that people can purchase online. And I thought that would be kind of cool for you because this would be, a lot of people just starting fishing. I know what you've had in the past with our old Shaka fishing combo that we did for you. And it's going to be loosely based off of that. So
cool.
If you're interested, I can get you a couple of those setups so you don't just have to settle for running one dunking setup. We were talking about
back to life, resurrection plus, yeah, let's go, dude.
Plus one. So this is a 10-foot Penn combo. This is currently what we have in stock. It's a 10-foot rod. It comes with an 8K reel, which we're gonna spool up with 30-pound test for you, or you're gonna spool it up yourself with our line winder. But it's rated up to 40. We're gonna throw on 30. You can cast 4 to 5 ounce lead with it, and pretty much it's not too expensive where you're gonna break the bank. But it is strong enough. It's gonna have enough juice to like handle anything from o'io, papio, maybe even an occasional lure if you kind of watch what you're doing.
If I finally luck out.
Yeah. So what do you think? You like that?
I think heck yeah, dude. That's kind of like perfectly where I need to be.
So I tell you what, I'm gonna put these on the side, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab all the other gear you're gonna need to basically just, if you wanted to, you could go dunking today. The only thing you'll need will be bait. Okay. All right.
Score, dude. Let's go.
And then you're gonna need pretty much everything. You say you don't even have sand spikes, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm from terminal up. I have a sand spike, but it's the one that has like a really small diameter that I don't even know where it came from.
We have the whole dunking package is gonna come with, just like before with the old Shaka package where you had out of the box ready to fish.
Yeah, score. That, like your video, that one was a popular one, and then they like discontinued some of the stuff, so that's how it goes.
There's a lot of decisions to be made when you're getting your combos, and that whole video stemmed from just answering questions over and over through the years. Like, let's make it easy for people. So rather than explain to you why you need size 18, size 16, 14 and 12, I'm just gonna put that all in a package. These are good, Japanese BKN hooks. These are like the local standard. So you're getting an assortment of them. And I always tell people match the bait to the hook. So if you got a taco leg, you're not gonna use the baby one. You're gonna probably drop it down to the size 18 or the size 16 for a taco leg. Ika, you run on the 12 to 14. Little piece of shrimp, that's the reason why we have that little assortment of different styles of hooks.
Yeah, perfect.
We have some 3-way swivels. We're only gonna give 1 pack. This is HFG tackle, and you see it actually has a line rating on it. So the pack of three-way swivels.
The branded terminal.
Branded terminal. The thing is, like during COVID, a lot of our distributors, like, they stopped bringing in stuff, so we had to go find them, and we found companies that sell the product to the distributors that we buy. So we're able to bring in our own, keep the cost down,
the source,
keep the cost down, and actually know the pound test, which is amazing.
That's cool. Wow,
be able to tell our customers what's what.
Normally, you really don't have an idea until you get experience on the poundage.
The pound test is, yeah. So that rod is rated up to 6 ounces, and that's a lure rating. It's not necessarily a lead rating. So what I'm going to do is, with this package, I'm going to give you some 5-ounce lead, a bundle of 5-ounce lead, and I'm also going to mix in a bundle of 4-ounce lead, so you can kind of play with it a little bit.
Cool. Yeah.
We sell all the other styles of lead. We got claw lead, we got padlock, we got pyramid lead, we got every lead you're going to need, but this is just to eliminate all the questions, you know, all the variants that you need. This is the basic, good to go.
I'm like in a candy shop right now, man.
Candy shop with a gift card.
The adult candy shop.
All right, the reel, you have 2 of them, so we're gonna have to get you 2 spools of line. But 30-pound test is gonna be the standard. It's you can put 40 on it, but you're gonna have over 200 yards worth of line on it when you spool it up.
Sweet.
That is the main line for your reel. Then you're gonna need what we call a doodoo line, and a doodoo line is lighter than the main line. That's just that's for the tying on the lead.
The lead line.
The lead line, and this is the only reason we carry this one, for people on an ultra budget, and then also for just people that need a throwaway line.
Yeah, you don't want to put on your.
So that's strictly for lead.
Expensive guy on the lead.
If you need a leader, you can kind of snag your own style leader. Like, it's 30. If you wanted to run 40, you can grab 40. If you wanted to grab 50, you can grab it. But this one's not going to come with a leader. But what we recommend is just using the leftover line for your leader, which is fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
All right.
That's how I
You
ran
got swivels, lead, hooks, pretty much everything. The only other thing we need is the bell and the bell buddy. All right, round bells. We sell so many bells. A couple round bells for your pulls. And then, since these don't come with bell holders, this is a bell buddy clip. I always tell everybody, make sure when you put the bell buddy clip on, this is the bottom eye on the setup. Make sure that you always put the bell buddy clip above the bottom eye. If you put it below, it might clip on really well, but that's going to get tangled up in the line. So I always say, make sure that you put the bell buddy, which clips onto most rods, right above your top eye. That's a great spot for it right there. Holds it nice and snug.
It'll stop it in too, yeah.
And then your bell clip goes right into that clip. And you can actually bend this wire right here to make it to where the bell is supposed to be kind of like parallel.
Right.
So you get that ring when you get the action. Like right now it's not bent, but if you bend it down.
Why did I never think of doing that, dude? I ran bells like all 50-degree angle for so long.
One of our first interactions was me watching one of your videos going, bro, I gotta get that guy a bell buddy, bro.
Yeah.
I think I sent you a bell buddy off the bat. I was like, oh man, you gotta get this guy a bell buddy.
Alter dangler mode. Dad will remember, dude.
I saw you do this in your video.
Oh, for years, bro. I had like a special technique where like, okay, if I wind it through these two right here, it like kind of stays. At least I hear a ring twice.
And all you're doing is you're
ground,
scratching up your eye,
destroying my.
And it doesn't hold like it.
No, dude, it falls down.
Yeah. That's pretty much everything you need to go fishing today. The only other thing I was gonna recommend was gonna be the final pieces. Well,
of resistance.
I'm gonna make sure everybody tries to get one of that. That's a brand new Hawaii fishing regulation dated August 2023. And of course, if anybody needs this, you can get it online.
Yeah.
Just search for Hawaii fishing regulations. The website with all these regulations pop up. If we have these in stock, we always try to give these. These are from the state, color pictures of all the fish that people catch, and a little measuring, and it's also waterproof.
Yeah, those are sweet, dude. I see people using these all the time. They're pretty sick.
And this one's not gonna be part of the package, but I thought you might, since you gotta spool up 2 reels. This is a line spooler, and this is a pretty handy invention. This actually has clamps where it can mount onto a table. And it comes with a couple different shafts. One for like smaller spools. I think this one actually works okay with this spool. And what you do is you put your spool of line on it. It has a little tensioner here, almost like a standard reel, where you can make it tighter. And when you put your line onto your reels, you can put it on with some good tension. This way it doesn't, it's not all super loose and it doesn't go poof.
Heck yeah.
And you don't dangle.
Yeah, you know, people who've watched for a long time know that, like, put it between the toe style that we tried on the beach.
Yeah,
And like, oh, Dandrin, hold the stick for me. And like, oh, a little more tension. This is probably one of the coolest little inventions.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So if you're actually getting the package, guys, spring for this because it's
$35 on highfishgear.com.
Otherwise, you're going to spend a couple hours throughout your life learning the special toe technique.
Chopstick.
You're gonna...
It's a chopstick, toe, microfiber cloth method.
Yeah.
This is a lot easier.
Well, bro, you've got me back to life, dude.
Welcome back to fishing, brother.
Back to life.
I look forward to seeing some new videos. And man, I'm glad that we were able to help facilitate this and get you back up after all those Ranger break-ins.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Oahu, by the way.
Yeah, it's a little bit of extra tax that they don't tell you about when you move back to Oahu.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a little extras for myself. I'll make another video on the full rest of the unpacking, but I mean, now that I can actually be in person with the crew, it's kind of neat. Gotta have a video of the actual shop.
I know. I was kind of stoked when I heard you were moving to Oahu.
The DODOOOSH right there.
Oh,
no,
I'm always here for you.
Okay, everybody. Huge mahalo. Stay tuned for the next video where we unpack everything else and actually get these in the water. Until the next time. Hold up. Video's not quite done yet, everybody. I wanted to ask for a bit of help. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I just started a PhD program. Last semester, graduated with Master's of Environmental Management. This semester, started a Communication and Information Sciences PhD program. One of the courses I'm taking this semester is called Network Science, which lets you understand a network. And those could be networks that are either things like internet networks or things that I'm more interested in, things like a social network. This class asks us to do a class project. It's worth about half of our grade. And I'm hoping that I can ask everybody watching this video for a bit of help in getting me through this course. So the final project, we're asked to analyze a network that's out there. And a network I'm most interested in is Hawaii's fishing network and social media network. So this project, I'm taking a look at the primary one being that first one, Hawaii's fishing network. So I want to be able to understand kind of at 1,000-foot high altitude, how does this social network form? Are we fishing with people based off of things like common locations or things like common attributes? Maybe we only fish with people of a certain type of fishing, like only fish with dunking people or only fish with whipping people, or how much does the whipping and the dunking community cross? How much does the shore fishing and the boat fishing cross? Really just these kind of general aspects of our community network that I think we can all assume a lot about, but hasn't really been looked at in the past, at least with this kind of tool set. So I'm asking you to click on the link in the description of this video, fill out a survey, and help me out with this project. But before I asked you for that, I wanted to kind of show you what I'm talking about in a little bit more detail. So this network is actually a comic book hero network. Somebody went out and got data from a whole bunch of comic books over like a 40-year period of time to see which characters were in the same comic issues with other characters. And with this huge data set, we can actually see, okay, which of the characters are kind of like the most important players? Why are they important? What are these kind of like details of the network? So this is actually a visualization of that whole comic network, and I can show you a little bit more detail jumping into it. When you organize by how much people are interacting or how much these characters are interacting, we can actually see some of the most important players showing up. Captain America being one, Wolverine, Spider-Man. So these tools can kind of tell you things of, okay, well, how is this network forming? In the case of my project, I really am more interested about fishing. So these nodes will be replaced by things like, okay, what kind of fishing are people doing? Are the most important fishing styles interacting with one another? How are they all one big community like this, or are they kind of two separate communities that are interacting and creating one community? And that's really what I'm trying to do in this project. I have a little under 6 weeks, so I'm still good to go. Main issue being is this data set was created by somebody over this long period of time. There is no data set about Hawaii's fishing community in this aspect. So get to add a little bit of extra credit hopefully on that project and collect the data myself, which is why I'm asking you to help me out with this project. And then at the end of it, I'll share all the information back to the community in a follow-up video all on its own. This is what the survey looks like. Number of questions you go through, asking about yourself, asking about people you fish with. Details are up on the top, asking about who would you reach out if you had a new story you wanted to share, who are the kind of people that you talk to about actual specific questions. Really just trying to get that high altitude. What does this community look like, and what kind of things form the community? Double hold up. Editing through this video, I realized I forgot to mention 2 things. One, I'm not going to be sharing any information about people's names. So in the questionnaire itself, I'm asking for the first 3 letters of the first and last name of different people. Otherwise, I can't tie nodes together, right? If people are talking about the same individual, I got to have some way to tie, okay, who are people talking about, so I don't just have a bunch of random information out there. I need some mechanism to tie things back together so I can understand the actual network and not just a bunch of separate things all spread out. But once I collect the data, I'm going to replace all those first and 3 letters with numbers. So the actual data set that I'll be analyzing will be entirely based off of these numeric representations of unknown people. And then when I exchange the actual information out for those letters, I'm going to delete the original data set, so that'll no longer be existent. And that way I can maintain the privacy of everybody involved. And then at the final part where I'm sharing this back to you, it'll end up being a bunch of different numerical representations for actual people in the real world. And there's no actual data being shared about individuals. Wanted to make that super explicit, because I say it in the survey, but I don't want to expect everybody to have to go and read and figure that out themselves. I just want to be totally clear on that point. Second part, anybody that has fished or does fish in Hawaii, I'm inviting to fill out this survey. You don't have to necessarily live here. I'm also interested in how people interact when they come and visit, and types of fishings they're doing and things of that sort as well. So open invitation to anybody and everybody out there. Also, when I'm talking about fishing, I'm not restricting that to you have a fishing pole. I'm also talking about diving, opihi picking, other things as well. So if you think, oh, I don't fish with a fishing pole, I'm still considering this one big community. If you're trying to get food from the ocean, this kind of thing, that's what I'm interested in. Not just about one type of fishing, but this holistic fishing community. And with that, thank you for helping me out. Again, that link is in the description. Take a look at it if you can. I would really appreciate it, and so would my grade, because if this falls through, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll figure it out. All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate it. Until the next one.
Aloha, guys.
DODOOOSH.